I have never been to a speed puzzle competition where I only got puzzles that were perfect for me. Each one of the competition puzzles in Hamburg felt like they bring the best out of every competitor. We ended up standing on the podium in the theme round. Let me show you what made Puzzle Rush Hamburg a really special speed puzzling event. Hello from my car! We are on our way to Hamburg for yet another puzzle weekend with, a competition on Saturday. So we're driving. It's a longer drive this time. Hamburg is pretty far from where we live. But it's going to be super exciting. I'm again competing in all three categories. Obviously, if we make a trip all that way, then I am going to sign up for everything. So I'm going to be competing in the solo, advanced, and then pair competition with Caro from my Jigsauerkraut team. And in the team competition, Caro and me are going to join up with two other German competitors, Merl and Anke. So it's going to be a new setup. We have never puzzled together, which is going to be an exciting new thing. And I'm basically just looking forward to what puzzles we're going to be getting. It's a competition sponsored by Ravensburger, so there's going to be hopefully 2026 releases in the competition, but we're going to have to see what we get. I'm trying to think what it's going to be, but I'm not going to make guesses. Good morning from Hamburg, from a competition day. We arrived nicely, and obviously I'm in the hotel room and getting ready to go downstairs because I booked in the hotel where the competition is, so it's super comfortable, and the beginners are about to start. As with most German competitions, there is a beginner class as well. So that's basically a competition for people who either have never finished their puzzle in the given competition time, or they have never participated in a puzzle competition before. So it's kind of like easing into the competition world. They also do 300 pieces instead of 500, so it's a little bit less stress to get into the puzzle competition world. So that is going to be happening, and we're going to see how the day goes from there.
Drei, zwei, eins, go!
I was extremely happy to pull this puzzle out of the bag as I absolutely love the artist and the image. Once I was done with the initial flip, I decided to start with the green carpet, which then turned basically into the entire bottom edge. But instead of actually going with the carpet, I pulled the pieces of the table in the front and everything red. I then did the rest of the edge, even though it proved quite difficult because of the lack of space. I had to keep moving pieces around all the time just to have enough space for the puzzle itself. The next thing was the blue sofa, because the colors stood out very much to me and it made sense to work on the right side of the puzzle for now. Then I went with the red pieces at last, as I finally had something to connect them to. I moved on to everything yellow, which was mostly the floor and the lamps. Almost simultaneously, the carpet also started to finally come together. I still put together the curtain before switching over almost completely to pick and placing, since at this point I had enough of the image to be able to fill in the empty spaces too. You can see that I have many islands floating around for a bit. These are all sections that I roughly know where they will belong, but their surrounding is just not there yet. With more and more of the puzzle done, filling in the gaps becomes easier and easier. However, the part I left for the end was the plant in the top right, and I did struggle with it for a bit, and it maybe took a little bit longer than it should have. However, I did finish the puzzle in just over 40 minutes when it was finally time for the dance of the missing piece. So we came out for a walk with the dogs, as you can see behind me. The big one is playing, the duckle is ahead of me. It's raining, that's also visible on my glasses, and I'm done with my solo round. And it went so well. I was so happy when I opened the box, because it's a puzzle that I have done before, but like a year or so ago, maybe more. But it's, the pets of palm springs, that I love very, very much. I love that puzzle, and I have wanted to buy it for a very long time, and I don't have it, and now I don't have to, because I got it at a competition. And then it went so well. I'm so happy. Making it to top 10 was super. I didn't expect that. It was super fun, and I really, really enjoyed that puzzle. It's also really my type of puzzle, so I'm very good with these busy but not too busy. So it was basically tailored for me, especially with the dogs. And now we have like a longer break for maybe 2 hours or something like that. I think they're going to also rearrange the room, because for pairs we're going to need a table each. And so there's a little bit of time before the pair competition, and then we will continue.
Go!
During the initial flip, we selected the edge pieces, and Caro started working on that while I went into sorting. I grabbed everything purple, everything pink, and everything yellow, plus the tree trunk in the middle on separate trays. Since the top edge was done, we decided it made sense for Caro to move on to the yellow sky and the writing on top, while I completed the rest of the edge and organized the layout a little. We made a clear distinction that I would be working on the bottom busy area while she did the top colors, as these are also our strengths, so this puzzle was really ideal for us to work on as a pair. My first step was to work on the tree trunk in the middle, as that was a very distinct part of the image. Meanwhile, she worked on the purple sections on top between the trees. As the middle area started to take shape, I was doing more of a pick and place strategy again, jumping around the different parts of the bottom section, where there were a lot of details and characters that were hard to notice at first. As Caro moved on to the pink areas, I was still just working all over the bottom, while also trying to sort everything that I couldn't place in the bottom onto a tray, so that I could hand them over, and once she was done with the pinks, she could just start working on everything that is the top and the trees. Once the majority of the puzzle was done, we were basically left with some gaps on top, especially on the top right corner. The challenging thing about this puzzle is that there's a lot of things that are very similar, and there's just a lot of texture that you have to work with. We finished the puzzle in 31 minutes and 38 seconds, which got us to 5th place.
Go!
The team puzzle was definitely a challenging one, especially because the puzzle is way darker than what you see in the top right, and it was slowly getting dark outside, so natural light was also not helping us anymore. The very first thing we did was obviously to sort the edge while flipping and to get as much of the sky pieces out as possible. Merle was working on the edges and Amke was the designated sky puzzler, so Caro and I did as much preliminary sorting as possible. You can most likely see that the majority of the pieces are pretty dark, so sorting out as many things as we could definitely helped to get a better overview. At one point, I decided to stick with sorting a little longer, but handed all the pieces of the girl's dress over to Caro so she could also start solving while I tried to create some more order. With the edge basically done, it was time for me to work on the pavement in the bottom, which connected to the girl very well, but it also outgrew the tray quite quick, so we had to start moving things into the frame at last. We tried filling in as much of the bottom section as we could, but since a big majority of the image is sky, we needed to reach in and do at least areas where the sky meets the characters. To move on, we also needed to close the frame because that helped with orientation of the sections in the bottom. However, we ran into a slight space management issue here because a big chunk of the sky sections had to be removed before we could do that. From this point onwards, it also turned into a bit of chaos for the entire puzzle for all of us, mostly due to the amount of dark pieces where it was really hard to tell the difference in where they belonged. Our time was 44 minutes and 6 seconds, which got us 3rd place, just 16 seconds behind the 2nd place team. That was Puzzle Rush Hamburg of 2026, organized by the German Puzzle Association, and it was just an amazing event, as you have most probably heard from my enthusiasm, and I'm so very happy about the puzzles, especially that I got to take home this one, which is quite possibly one of my favorite puzzles, and I'm now going to try and do it a couple of times. Maybe I can get somewhere about a 30-minute time with this. I will try and see, and if I do, I will update you about it. But that's that for another puzzle event recap. I really hope that you enjoyed seeing it through my eyes a little bit. If you want to see updates of what events I'm going to be going to, then definitely follow me on Instagram, because that's where I mostly keep people posted about where I'm going to go, what events I'm hyping up. So if you want to see more regular updates, then definitely follow there. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video and see you in the next one.